Welcome to Amanda, your cross-border compliance co-pilot. In the next 6 minutes, I'll show you how Amanda helps you bring clarity to cross-border life. If you live between countries, own property abroad, travel frequently, or have family, financial, or legal ties in more than one jurisdiction, you may already sense that things are more complex than they appear. Different countries apply different rules on tax, residency, reporting, rental income, and compliance. And often, the real challenge isn't filing forms, it's simply knowing what applies to you. Amanda is designed to give you structured visibility so you can clearly see where you stand, what obligations may exist, and where action may be required. Let's look at a practical example. Mark is French, but lives in the United Kingdom. Amanda starts by capturing Mark's residency position. This is the foundation, because almost every cross-border obligation depends on where you are considered resident. From there, Amanda builds Mark's legal profile progressively. You can see his data coverage evolving across 5 key categories: identity and registrations, travel and physical presence, assets and ownership, rental and income activity, economic and social ties. Each category reflects a dimension that authorities may use to assess residency, tax exposure, or reporting obligations. Amanda's final exposure report does not rely on a single data point. It evaluates the full picture, combining all of these dimensions into a structured, transparent assessment. As you move through the profile, you can record your identity details, your registrations with legal and tax authorities, your travel history, your assets, rentals, and economic ties. Amanda is designed so that this information remains under your control. Your data is stored locally in your browser. It is not transmitted to a central cloud database. It does not leave your device unless you explicitly choose to export it. This architectural choice is intentional. Amanda is built on the principle that sensitive cross-border data should remain yours, private, portable, and fully controlled by you. That is not a feature. It is a foundation. At any point, you can generate an exposure report and see clearly where you stand. In this first scenario, Mark has only a limited connection to Spain. The report therefore focuses primarily on his UK tax and legal obligations, reflecting his status as a UK resident and as an EU citizen. But cross-border exposure is dynamic. Let's change the scenario. Mark now owns a property in Spain and rents it occasionally to tourists. We'll add this new information to his profile, complete a few additional fields, which all have legal and tax implications for Mark, as he will discover. We declare a rental unit as a tourist short-term rental and generate the exposure report again. Watch how the assessment evolves. Mark's profile has now changed significantly. He has 4 immediate obligations, 3 upcoming obligations this year, 1 monitored item, 4 pending registrations, and 1 assessment currently blocked due to missing information. Most importantly, his highest impact obligation is no longer in the UK. It is now in Spain. Because he owns and rents property there, Amanda identifies additional filing requirements, potential tax payments, and mandatory registrations, either to complete or to confirm as already satisfied. This is where cross-border life becomes complex, and this is precisely where structured visibility matters. As Mark completes his profile and improves his data coverage, the exposure report updates immediately. You'll see more items move into fulfilled, fewer checks remain blocked, and the next actions become clearer and more specific. But Amanda goes beyond guidance and checklists. For certain obligations, Amanda can generate a step-by-step preview of filing documents, for example, Spain's Modelo 210. Notice how the form begins to pre-fill as Mark adds information to his profile, and how Amanda guides him through the remaining fields to reduce omissions and avoid common errors. For example, Mark declares the quarterly rental income of his Andalusian property, but as he is a UK resident, he cannot deduct expenses, which Amanda highlights clearly to him. Coming back to the Modelo 210 form, Mark sees the changes, approves them, and exports the form as a PDF for facilitating the filing by his accountant. As Mark receives confirmation of filing and payment by his accountant, within the Amanda exposure report, he can tick the Q4 2025 rental income tax as filed and paid, so that this obligation moves to fulfilled. Behind the exposure report, Amanda also provides a structured exposure map. This allows you to see how different jurisdictions, obligations, and risk areas connect, not as isolated tasks, but as part of a coherent legal profile. Amanda also generates an evidence pack. This consolidates the data you've entered into a structured record, useful for documentation, discussions with advisors, or simply maintaining a clear audit trail of your position. With Amanda, the goal is simple: make complex cross-border obligations easier to understand and easier to complete. Amanda does not replace professional advice. It gives you clarity before you need it.